feel about the game against Indiana?
Yeah, looking back on the game after being able to rewatch it, I think we did a lot of good things. I think IU took us out of some stuff offensively, but we were able to figure it out and end up with a good win.
Turnaround's quick again on this 2-day prep. How's that impacting you guys?
Yeah, it's good for us now. Get these games out of the way. When we start playing in March Madness, hopefully we'll have those quick turnarounds. So we just got to be used to having that. And after we go to Ohio State, we get a couple of days off. So hopefully we come back to Champaign with a win and we can enjoy those few days off.
Maybe this is a weird question, but how do you feel like your gravity as a shooter on the basketball court?
Yeah, I think it helps my teammates a lot. There's a lot of actions that we do and how teams guard things that free them up too. So it's good for everybody involved. Terrence can get downhill better. Marcus can, he's not drawing as many double teams, or he doesn't draw as many double teams because of that. And Coleman gets open shots because guys have to know where I'm at basically. So it's nice to have that gravitational pull. Impact for the whole game.
I was talking about, like, if you guys can shoot 63s, you'd be fine with it. Maybe you passed up some just collectively as a team in the last couple of games. Do you feel that? You guys would have taken more?
Yeah, after watching film, there's always stuff you kind of take away from the games. And over the past 2 games, there were a lot of chances where Coleman had a shot and he passed it down and tried to dribble and ended up shooting a shot that he's not as hasn't been making it as high as a level. He's been one of the best shooters, not only as a 5-man, but just as anybody in the country over the past 10, 15 games, shooting at 48%. So shots like that, TJ's got to be able to shoot. Marcus, regardless of the percentages, he's a good shooter. He comes in and works out every single day and shoots those same shots. So everybody just got to be ready to shoot the ball, and if you're open and have time, do it.
You had talked on Saturday, I guess, about working on like the pump, dribble, and sidestep 3. Like, what's the process of incorporating that into your game at a high level?
Yeah, well, going into the year, we knew that a lot of teams would try and run me off the line, and one of my strong suits, I wouldn't necessarily say, is finishing at the rim. That's kind of I made a joke about it after the game, but having that pump fake sidestep is something that I worked on right after Spain. We came back and got in the gym and watched some film. Eric Gordon was one of the main players that I watched with Coach Hammer and Coach Tyler, and that's somebody who I kind of studied a little bit in the offseason just in terms of getting his shots. So stuff like that has definitely helped my game.
Had a lot of success in that place last year in the game in Columbus. So does it kind of get the team motivation to want to go in there and change it around this time?
Yeah, it does. Last season we had a lot more ups and downs than this season, to be real about it. And, this year we're a lot more confident as a team. We've got a lot of guys that have played in road environments and played in a lot of games like that. And we know kind of the situation that we're in, and we can't afford to lose many more games if we want a chance at the regular season title. So we're going to go in there with full confidence and ready to go.
When do you really kind of start looking at that or thinking at that, and just kind of like, is there a time in the calendar that you're like, okay, we can't really afford many more, or is it just something through the course of the Big Ten?
Yeah, it's just kind of through the course of the season. Once that first game we played in December, whenever it was, that's when you honestly start looking at it. You need to go 1-0, 2-0, and that's just kind of how it is. And now that we have 3 losses, you see teams like Wisconsin only has 1, Purdue only has 2, and you know that they're not going to lose a lot of the rest of their season. So we got to, kind of match that and have that mindset that each loss means that much more now, and we have to take every game by game, and know that it's a very important game.
You talked Saturday about bench production. Dame, Dre, Nico, might not be getting a ton of minutes, but what kind of impact are they going to have in practice or when they're out getting on the court?
Yeah, practice for sure. These guys come in here and they got to do scout team every day, learn the plays in a half of a day, and run them in practice against us. And there'll be days where you have to tell Draven and Monty, like, slow down a little bit. Like, that's not what the other guys do because they're just scoring so much. And it gives me confidence going into the game. And I kind of mentioned this after the Indiana game. It's like every year in the Big Ten there's a couple games where those guys come in and make 1 or 2 impactful shots, and it can just change the course of the game. Draven coming in and playing 3 to 5 minutes and hitting that one big shot. It's huge. That 3-pointer shifted the momentum, gave us confidence, and we started seeing shots fall after that. So, every year it's been somebody, like I said, Pods and against Northwestern at Northwestern my freshman year, and then RJ at home against Northwestern, and I had a game against Michigan State. There's a game every sintle year. Sky and Jaden did their things last year as freshmen. There's just a game that these freshman guys that don't play as much can impact the game at a heavy impact.
Is that something you as an older guy, like, talk to some of these guys? Like, can you go from being the guy to kind of finding your role? Do you talk to them about that? Like, Michigan State comes to mind to me.
Yeah, for sure. You just got to be ready for your opportunity. That's really what it is. The team being old this year and bringing in a lot of guys, it's a little bit different for these freshmen. They got to realize that, it's a process to it. I went through it. Coleman for sure went through it. I know you guys know that. And this is kind of how it is. So you guys just got to be ready for your opportunity to impact the game at a high level. And these guys are all here for the right reasons. These freshmen are great. There's been nothing but great teammates all year. No issues off the court. No complaining. They're not doing anything in the locker room. So when you have that mindset and just come to practice every day and work hard like these guys do, it's pretty easy for them to come in and impact the game.
Newish defense there, so switching around, letting Coleman kind of roam. What does that give you? How do you kind of feel about that?
Yeah, so Coleman and Coach Hammer watched some film, and it's kind of what the Celtics do. I'm pretty sure the Bucks wanted to. I think Celtics, yeah. But it just adds a little bit of a different look to other teams. We did that at Northwestern when they were hitting shots off the pin downs and the ball screens, and we just kind of gave them a different look. Last game against IU, wanted to kind of keep it out of the paint because they didn't hit a shot outside the paint. So having that zone kind of look just mixes things up a little bit, gives the team a different look, and just kind of allows us to just do different things in a way.
Brad said defensively he wants you guys to have a little bit more bite, especially on the ball. Have you seen that, and what needs to change there?
Yeah, I think we still need to improve in that. After watching the game, we messed up a good amount of ball screen coverages, and that's not something that we can do going forward. Like I said, mentioning about each game matters that much more when we have 3 losses right now at this time of year in terms of Big Ten standing. So we need to clean that stuff up. Definitely need to do a better job of getting over ball screens and guarding that, just based on how our defense is built. But I think that's going to improve every game, and I got confidence that in practice we're going to work on it, and it'll translate over the next game.